And we're live. Welcome everybody here to the Pressure Cooker. I'm Anthony Irwin. The Lakers are playing absolutely incredibly. They are on a 40 to something really small number run. They now hold a 105 to 93 lead over the Boston Celtics, who for most of this season have looked like an absolute buzzsaw. Holy shit. 31 to 5 run over the last 8 minutes and change of basketball time. Again, I am Anthony Irwin. This is the Pressure Cooker. Just an absolutely insane turn of events as Darvin Ham stopped playing all three guards at the same time. The Lakers have basically stuck with this lineup of LeBron, AD, Russ, Troy Brown, and Austin Reeves. And wouldn't you know it, having NBA size on the court really matters. So this has been fascinating to watch. There's a lot to take away from this, and I'm sure that this is going to carry over in conversation about the rest of this season. But this is a potentially season-defining win here against your rival on national TV. Charles Barkley was talking shit at halftime about how, why do we keep on talking about the Lakers? Chuck, the reason you talk about the Lakers is because they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and AD is playing like an MVP. You keep on talking about the Lakers because people tune into people talking about the Lakers. That's why I'm here talking about the Lakers. Anyway, more time on to talk about that kind of stuff here over the course of the rest of the year and after this game. But for right now, we'll try to focus on it. Big stop here. Another big stop here from the Lakers. Boston's offense has completely run into the mud. This is absolutely true, Vic. They are playing bubble defense. Yeah, absolutely. And look, they have the key to the bubble was bigger, stronger, faster. And when you know it, Russell Westbrook is a big point guard. Anthony Davis is NBA sized at center. LeBron, oh man, that's a bad turn there. Gonna need a timeout. 3:38 here to go in the fourth. 5-point run here from Boston off of two kind of bonehead plays. Lakers do have to finish this game. There's a lot of time left. And they do have to finish this game with more steadiness than they have shown here over the last few games here in the clutch. But yeah, I just think, look, macro, the message from this one, the lesson from this one is get LeBron and AD some help, right? Micro, when it comes to the actual basketball that we're watching here and how this roster can maybe work better than it has to this point. Micro, stop playing the 3-guard lineups, and especially 4-guard lineups. At some points tonight, you had, Pat, Russ, and Schroeder, and then Lonnie Walker was your 4. That's too small. There are baselines necessary in the NBA when it comes to shooting, athleticism, size, right? Creativity. And one of the baselines here, one of the most important ones I would probably argue, is size. And when you have a group that small, you're asking, you need to be elite as a shooting team. You need to be elite as a creative team. You need to be elite athletically. And the Lakers are none of those things when they go small. And that's why those super small lineups have all been disasters for much of the season. All right, so play resumes, 106-98 here, 3:24 to go. Russ with the ball. Luke Cornett wants nothing to do with him on the perimeter short. They need to get back to LeBron AD pick and rolls, Russ AD pick and rolls. But what they can't afford to do is start messing around with bad shot selection there. An ISO contested mid-range jumper there from Russ is not going to get it done. That was a foul on as much on Tatum as it was on LeBron. If you have that arm up, I don't know. I don't like that call. Tatum is a monster, though. Holy crap. This next possession here is huge for the Lakers. Probably going to be 106-100. The Lakers have given up now a 7-0 run here back to Boston. They need to get some momentum swinging back in their favor. Yeah, like I said, 106-100, 3:07 to go. LeBron bringing the ball up the court. They need to get into sets. Like, one of the problems that the Lakers keep running into late in these games, and probably the reason why they are struggling late in games, is because they go away from sets, and it forces you into, like, AD bails you out with a great shot. That was insane. But it's just tough shot after tough shot after tough shot. You need to allow the offense to generate clean looks for you. I guess we're just going to go back and forth with insane shots. Tatum with a dagger here from 3. 103-108. Lakers with the ball in the lead. Oof, man. There we go. So now they're just switching. So what they're doing is they're positioning Cornet on Russ in the corner, and when they switch up top and AD brings Tatum down into the basket, Cornet's just rotating off of Russ because you aren't worried about Russ open in the corner. So that's the tough part about playing Russ here, right? Is when he doesn't have the ball, it allows the other defense to get creative and stuff the paint. But also, Russ has been really good in this game, and I can understand why Ham would want to stick with him here. Personally, I maybe would have made a sub a little earlier. Given, like, look how far off Cornet is right here, right? He's watching this pick and roll. AD sinks in. There's the switch here that gets Cornet onto AD, and it gets more size at the basket against AD. It's just tough when Russ is actively detrimental when he doesn't have the ball. Oh, don't make it short. All right, big miss there from Grant Williams. Woo! A bucket here would just about seal it. Bad foul from Boston. They aren't happy with that one. Yeah, so Jace, I agree. This is going to be the conversation coming out of this one, I would think. The Lakers have just beaten, if they win this one, they beat Milwaukee. Now they could potentially beat Boston. You know, they've been competitive in the vast majority of their games. They clearly just need a couple more pieces. LeBron and AD seem to think that so, but we'll get to that after this game. See, that's just a tough shot. The offense is just breaking down because they aren't running an offense. And it forces your defense to now have to get stops against the best offense that the NBA has ever really produced. The best. Yeah, see, that's just... You look at Boston, and they're getting open shots, right? They're running their offense, and it's producing good looks for them. And you look at the Lakers, and it's just walk the ball up the court. LeBron and AD run a pick and roll, the same pick and roll that Boston has adjusted for, and it's just too rudimentary what the Lakers are running here. Thank you, Powell, I think is how I'm saying it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. It was a fun game, man. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Midway through the third, the Lakers made an incredible run. It would be the offense sputtering here late is something that has been a trend here for the Lakers, and you just hope that the game ends before Boston really gets it going. The Lakers are gonna need to make a bucket here. They're gonna need to score a basket if they want to win this game. Just relying on the defense here, I think, is going to get them in trouble. And it's going to be interesting to see how they approach this coming out of the timeout, where the Lakers offense, like I said a second ago, it really sputters out in these clutch moments because they stop running their offense. They stop running sets. They get away from any kind of foundational system. and they rely on talent, right? And I think that's fine for some possessions, right? When you have talent like you do with LeBron and AD, you don't want to just completely go away from it, but you do want to mix in the occasional set that gets an open jumper for somebody else or anybody, really. They need to show a willingness to allow the offense to get something going for them. Yeah, so more of the same stuff. Pick and roll, AD into the middle. Oof, you get a foul. Thank goodness. But man, that's tough. To quote Dennis Schroeder, the great philosopher Dennis Schroeder, Das Tuf. All right, big free throws here from Anthony Davis. Unfortunately, missed those free throws late against Philly. Let's see if he can get these ones going here. Extend this out to a 4-point game, a 2-possession game. Come on, AD. There's one. Oh, long. Shit. Anthony. Need this one. Fuck. He misses both. Yep. That's what happens. Anthony. And that's the shot that you shoot. This is just overtime. Double the pressure cooker. How about that? That is brutal. You had a 10-point lead late in the fourth, and the offense just stops. They stop running offense. Unbelievable. I don't think the Lakers made a sub. I don't think the Lakers made a sub in the fourth quarter, and that's something to keep in mind as they head into overtime. I would think they probably come out with the same group: Russ, Austin, Troy, LeBron, and AD. But honestly, Darvin could do just about anything other than bring Patrick Beverley into the game. Anthony Davis, he's been good at free throws this year, and that's what like it. I don't like saying choke because there's a lot involved with that, but this is 2 games here where his free throws cost you a game. All right, well, and you look at it, AD 37, LeBron 31. They need one more consistent producer on offense. You know. All right, looks like both teams are coming out of the break with the same grouping. Oh, maybe not. I think I just saw Lonnie. Yeah, there's LeBron, AD, Reeves. Yeah, Lonnie is in the game. Lonnie's in for Brown, it looks like. So tough ask here for Lonnie. You just sat all the fourth quarter, and now you're coming in and you're being asked to defend Tatum. It's got to be M1. How isn't that M1? Jesus. That gets called on everybody else when you pump fake, get somebody up into the air, and you finish up through them. Yeah, he even. All right. All right. Big bucket there from Russ. 112, 110. And honestly, that's some of the value there in having Russ in. And it's a double-edged sword, right? Because sometimes you want Russ taking the ball into the basket, but then other times he takes that heat check jumper that hurts you. There, it works. The Lakers needed somebody not named LeBron or AD to come in and do something. And another bucket there from Russ. 114, 110. So basically, Boston is just begging anybody other than LeBron to do stuff. And the benefit of having Russ out there is that he's willing, he has the confidence to be able to do that. Oh, almost. Good switch. Get help back middle. All right, it's going to be interesting. LeBron is playing off the ball. This is an adjustment here, right? Because at the end of the fourth, we were seeing LeBron on the ball and Boston. Now, see, that's the shot that hurt you, right? The heat check jumper. And then you give up an open three because Russ doesn't get back in transition. That's just killer. Russ giveth, Russ taketh away. And now LeBron's back on the ball. And I don't like that shot either. It's so much standing. Nothing going on the weak side. You got one action and then an isolation and a tough shot. And that's just, given how creative some of the guys on the court are, that's too rudimentary. That's too easy for Boston to defend. And Boston's doing some of the same stuff, right? They're spreading the floor and they're allowing their two wings to basically go to work on smaller players. And that's the kind of thing you can do when you have two elite wings that are great at attacking smaller players. Troy Brown comes back into the game for that reason. Let's see who he took out. Took out Lonnie. So a quick breather there for Troy Brown to get their only real wing-sized player back into the game. You see, they're just begging Russ, do anything. And he abides, and it hurts him. Short, please. Yeah, they're wiped. The Lakers are wiped. Boston has all the momentum. Like sometimes when you have a player miss free throws the way AD did, everybody has that letdown in overtime. Like, man, we shouldn't even be here. Especially because the Lakers were up 10 points late in the fourth. And, everybody there is exhausted from playing all of that fourth quarter. Russ, for the love of God, stop shooting. You're open for a reason, man. You get one heat check. Go. Hit ahead. Ooh, missed him. AD's exhausted. He only takes that 3 because he's tired. Man. Like I said, you get that letdown in overtime that comes with players not feeling like they should even be there. There's your dagger. Jalen ends it. Just a brutal, brutal loss. And again, like, it's just, this is what happens when you have a team that is willing to be coached. In Boston, they stick with their system, they stick with their game plan defensively, and despite that run that they give up in the third, they get right back to what's made them really good so far this year. And the Lakers, you have Russ taking like 5 shots in the overtime. The only shots that LeBron is taking are 32 footers. The only shot that AD took, I think, in this overtime is either, it's just been that 3-pointer. So it's just like, when I used to coach, the guy that I learned under would always say, like, you watch teams and you have to try to figure out, like, what is it their offense is trying to accomplish? What shots are they trying to creating? Who are they trying to get going? All of that stuff. And the Lakers in these, in late in fourths and in throughout this overtime, their offense is just pointless. It's just, they just kind of flounder around drunkenly, taking whatever the defense gives them. And like, the defense is giving it to you for a reason. LeBron gets to the basket. Now Boston is just basically giving up any kind of 2-pointers, not fouling, not stopping the clock. A stop here keeps it interesting. Celtics are picking on Reeves. All right. There's 2 buckets. 27 seconds to go. 4-point game here. 122, 118. Let's see. I think you have to foul. Yeah. So there's your foul. All right. That's a travel. That was a walk. Man, how do you miss that walk on Tatum? That's a turnover. Whatever. I mean, it probably doesn't matter. And TNT's not going to show it, but it looked pretty clear that Tatum walked. All right, you get a miss free throw. Another miss, again, keeps it somewhat interesting. If the Lakers have a timeout, so they'll probably take a timeout, get up there and try to take a 3, and force Boston to have to make 2 more free throws here. But if Tatum misses this one or makes this one, it's probably pretty much over. Miss it. Ooh, almost airballed it. Timeout. Man, shocker that Jaylen Brown would, miss a key shot. Jalen said he was going to do his own research instead of hit those free throws. All right, well, Jalen keeps it interesting. 4-point game here. The Lakers called their timeout. They got their rebound. So if you can hit a 3 and, give yourself another opportunity then after making it, hopefully, keep this thing rolling. But all right, so the Lakers, same lineup. Got a good look. Oh, that'll do it. Well, that's going to finish it here. 112, 118 is going to be the final. Hard not to feel like this is a missed opportunity here for the Lakers. But also, if you want to be optimistic, and this isn't necessarily even a moral victory, I don't know how much the front office has to see from LeBron and AD, especially against good teams in the NBA, to actually gamble on them being able to put it together and figure out a way to make a title run here. Maybe I'm crazy, though. Otherwise, though, that's it. I'm Anthony Irwin. This is a Pressure Cooker. Make sure you guys check out the spaces on Twitter at LakersSBN, and where Raj will be talking about this one. I'll have a lowdown here in a little bit. It is a Tuesday, so the Taco Tuesday guys are going to be talking about this game as well. Lots and lots and lots to discuss after this. Until you guys hear from all of us, I'm Anthony Irwin saying have a good one.